So now I'm going to show you the basic features of the turntable and how to play a record. Here you have the platter. The platter is attached to the direct drive motor, which controls the spinning of the record. Now on top of your platter, you're going to want to use something called a slip mat. The slip mat is there to protect the record when you're moving it back and forth, cueing it, and keeps it from getting scratched and damaged. Another part of the turntable is the tone arm. The tone arm attaches to the needle, cartridge, and stylus, which you put down on the record and transmits the music signal through your turntable back into your mixer. Now, the needle, stylus, cartridge is detachable from the tone arm. So you can take it off, put it back on, put on different types of needles, whatever you want to do. Right next to that, you have what's called the pitch control or pitch adjustment, which slides back and forth. Now over here at the base of the tone arm, you have the anti-skate control and you have the counterweight. These are both important to adjust according to your own personal style and preference. Now if you're a scratch DJ, for example, you're going to want to have the anti-skate set all the way up to 3. It goes from 0 to 3. And same thing with the counterweight. You're going to want that at 3.5, which is the highest setting, and that goes down to 0. Please note that when you have these settings up high, you're also putting more pressure on your record. So that means the record is going to wear out more quickly. Now over here we have our on and off switch. We have our start and stop switch, which allows you to play the record and then stop it. It can also be used for a dramatic effect when you're transitioning from one song to another. And then you have your RPM settings. You can go from 33 RPM to 45 RPM. Notice the platter speeds up when you put it on 45 and then slows down again back at 33. Some turntables may have a 78 RPM feature. Most records recorded today are done at 33 RPM or 45 RPM, and you're going to adjust depending on whatever record you're using on the turntable. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through all the steps of playing a record. We've placed our record here on the turntable, over the spindle, on the slip mat. I'm going to turn on the turntable. I'm going to pick up the needle and the tone arm and place it on the edge of the record on the safety strip here. I'm going to make sure that the RPM is set to the correct speed. So for this record, it's 45 RPM, so I press that button, and now I'm going to start the record. Sound is up on my mixer over here, and the record will start in just a second. You'll hear the beat start. And if you listen, I'm going to change the RPM down to 33. You'll notice it slows down to about 2/3 speed here. I'm going to put it back at 45 now, and now I'm going to show you the pitch adjustment and how that affects the sound. So you hear the beat now, and you hear me slowing it down all the way down to -8%. So now the speed of the record has been reduced by 8%. Now I'm going to bring it all the way up to +8%. Listen to this. Okay, now we're going to go back to 0, which is the neutral setting. Okay, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways to stop a record. And these can both be used in your mixing to create a little bit of drama or flair in your set, depending on what style of music you're playing. The start button stops the record also. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to use the on and off switch, which will stop the record more slowly, like so.